What's up? I'm getting addicted to gold. Gold is bad news for me. Gold is dangerous at night. That thing moves. It's a scalper's heaven. Anyways, scalp the hell out of this range right here. Carlos, Jesse, James, CB. I'm loving gold lately. I don't know. This could be a big game changer for me. John Bergeron, what's up? Let's go. All right, guys. Good evening. Happy Friday for all of you guys that trade Asia. This is the last day of the week for you guys. This may be the last day of the week for me. I think I'm done, so I may not trade tomorrow morning. I was fooling around with gold. I was like, let me play around with the scalping here on gold, and it went well. Short in these tops, long in bottoms. Long in the 200 SMA bounce here, and we're good. Let's hop on to NQ now. What is NQ doing? Gold is bad. Bad news for me. Getting addicted to it. Nicholas Gomez, the other man, the man on the other side of the ocean. What's up? All right, let's take a look at NQ. What is NQ doing? I'm going to switch to NQ and get my mind off of gold. Gold is bad. Say no to gold. Get addicted scalping that thing. 2 points, $200. And when it's moving, it's that quick. Dangerous. Dangerous. All right. NQ. Let's take a look at NQ. What is NQ doing? I'm going to get my mind off gold. All right. So, NQ pushing tonight. Question is where? All-time high is all the way up 394. We're about 50 points away. We already had a VWAP bounce, so I guess at this point I'm going to have to wait for some type of pullback. Maybe a 5-minute reversal on these oscillators as well. We're pretty high up here, so potential pullback before I do anything. Well, good evening. Good evening to everyone. Let's see who else is here. Carlos, my permabull, NQ only up. Julian, hello. All right, guys. NQ, I can't hop on along here. I'm going to have to wait for a pullback, at least a 5-minute reset. And then gold, I think I'm going to give up on gold for the night. Gold, looks like this level is a nice little long. What is gold's level right now? Well, gold has a long way down if it really wants to come down. We came to that pivot point. That's where I started fooling around with these shorts. Playing that range up here, and now next pivot point's down here, 960. Funny thing is, I'm watching gold. It does play the upper and lower band of VWAP, which is very interesting. Those bounces have been to the key, both on the rejection up here and on the bounce down here. All right, let's take a look at NQ again. Let's take a look at the house account now. Where's the house account? The house account is still up 6K. Thanks to you guys. House account is available to trade tonight. I'm going to switch to micros. If I do take any trades, I'm going to lock in this profit. So I'm going to trade micros. Not going to do anything silly now that I got this profit. All right, where is MGZ? All right, here we go. Tony Lanes, good evening. Good evening to everyone. Hope everyone had a good, solid trading day. Getting ready for the long weekend. Let me set up
charts here for a second. All right, NQ current overnight high is at 349. Where is previous day? Oh, so it's been rallying since the open, since the Globex open, huh? Overnight low is currently at 270. Oh, wow. So it's already pushed up pretty significantly. Previous day low is all the way down at 163. Previous day high was literally the open. After that, it was flushed right back down. 329 for the previous day high. All right. So current levels, overnight high at 349, previous day high 334. Is that accurate? Yep, 334. Settlement down at 285. Overnight low currently at 270. And where's my previous day low? 163. All right, let's see who else is in here. Bad audio? Got it. Hold on.
Is it sounding better or no? Better? No audio? Better? No audio? Okay, good. All right, let's say hello to everybody. Julian, Carlos, CB, John Bergeron, Jesse James. First one in today. CB, Nicolas Gomez, the man on the other side of the ocean. UD Trades, Rohan, 863. JCV E-Commerce. John Sandela. All right. So let's take a look at NQ. What is NQ doing? NQ looking to push tonight, huh? NQ overnight high. We just did overnight high, right? 349 right there. Previous day high was at 334. Previous day close settlement areas at 285. Overnight low 270. And previous day low 163. John Sandela, good early morning session. Good morning, sir. All right, guys. So how did everybody do today trading? Today seemed like it wasn't too bad. John Sandela, long from 288. Nice. NQ, man. What to do here with NQ? Are you going to continue to push up? John Sandela didn't hold enough, though, but I got 90 ticks. Hey, 90 ticks is impressive. Rohan 863. Today was good. Good stuff, brother. Yeah, gold. Let's take a look at gold. Gold, man. I don't know. I don't know what to do with gold. I'm getting addicted to gold. Scalp the hell out of it up here. So got some nice green, but I'm walking away from gold for now. If I do trade, I'll take some micros or something. I'm gonna watch NQ before I get myself in trouble with more gold. All right, what is NQ? NQ has been in a look at that, ascending channel all day, huh? For the most part of the afternoon, just playing out. You got to take a pullback at some point, right? All right, I'm going to start. Let me get on micros. I'm going to start building a short here. Actually, let me do the same thing on micros. I'm going to be trading micros. I'm going to lock in the profit. So I'm not looking to do anything silly. I'm already nicely in the green, so I'm not looking to create chaos. Tomorrow's Friday. I want to enjoy my weekend. And all right, let's make sure my Tradesyncer is off. I do not want to copy trade anything tonight. I just want to trade one account. All right, good. I'm done copy trading. Good. All right, let's start with 2 micros. I'm going to start building a short around here. See how that plays out. Looking for, we set a stop up here somewhere above the channel. And I'm looking for a long play. Looking for at least 50 points on this, targeting that 300 area, see if we can get a break out of this channel. If they're going to continue to move it up, then I'll get stopped out. But I am looking for a break out of that channel at this point. They've been pushing since 12:30 with no significant pullback. So let's see how that plays out. House account is also, oh, wait a minute. You guys aren't looking at my trade here. Hold on. Whoops, sorry guys. Here we go. All right, setting up a NQ short at these levels. If they're going to push it up to the top of this channel, then I'll monitor how high and probably close it. Otherwise, I'll start building a short. They've been pushing this since what, 12 p.m. my time into the Globex Open, just pushing. Let's see. And Goldilocks. What is Goldilocks doing? Pushing. I already played this range here, so I'm leaving that alone. We do have a descending channel here as well. All right, let's hop back onto NQ. Let's see if they're going to continue to push up. I may move my stop to right above the middle of this if they start continuing their push. All right, well, happy what is it? Happy Friday for most of you who trade the Asia session. Today should be the last day on the Asia session. Got a long weekend ahead of us, so no need to do anything crazy tonight or tomorrow morning for those of you that trade New York. And let's take a look at Goldilocks. What is Goldilocks doing? Goldilocks just bounced right there at the lower band of VWAP. Nice little bounce. Oof. Gold is addicting, man. I gotta be careful with that. And the chat account is available. It's currently up 6K. Thanks to you guys. Chat account is now up 6K. That's a 9K goal. So you guys are pushing along there. The Amar, what's the play? That's a good question. Let's take a look at NQ and what NQ is doing. I'm leaving gold alone for now. NQ, looking to see if we get a break out of this ascending channel that's been playing out all day. Otherwise, respect the bulls, and they're going right back up. We'll find out. See if we can at least get, let me take a look at my NQ chart. Maybe 30 points on this down to the lower band of VWAP, unless they start pushing that up. We shall see. DJ NYCEN, what's up, brother? Buenas noches. Let's see, DJ, you passed your TPT account. Nice, brother. Nicely done. Kushal, hello, hello. DJ, I want to say, but have no idea what to do now. Did you get your pro account yet or no? In other words, because I know it takes sometimes 24 hours or longer. Did you get your pro account? Yeah, it could take 24 hours for them to update your pro account. So be patient. But congrats, man. Nicely done. Pro account is a pro account, brother. Nice stuff. All right. NQ not doing much. Let's see what gold is doing. NQ had a wild run here. Flushed, now bouncing. I'm sorry, gold, but I'm leaving gold alone. I already played around with it nicely in the green. So I'm going to watch NQ for now. Carlos, buy every dip on NQ. Yeah, man, look at that. Boom, 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 boom. The contrarian in me wants to see if we can finally get a flush. Otherwise, I'll have to figure out a long. John Zandella, I had to kill the contrarian in me. Yeah, the contrarian trader can get himself in trouble. I've gotten myself in a couple bad situations being contrarian or going against trend. Carlos, TP 400 on NQ. Where is current all-time high? All-time high is at 395. Wow, so I guess we might wake up at 400. I mean, that's an insane move right after, I mean, all day really. After the initial flush, I finished trading within the first hour, but after that, look at that move. Crazy. A little bit of chop, move down, and then 10:30, 11:30, 12:30, 1:30, they push this thing right back up. Wow. I've been disconnected since the morning. So was there any news today or anything? Anything relevant that's been pushing this market other than we're in a bullish market? Other than we're in a bull market? Carlos, yeah, man, no significant pullback after this nasty open clean play to the upside. So what did gold do on the way up? Was gold a similar pattern? Let's see. 6:30 a.m. a gold flushed. Around 11 a.m. it started pushing right back up. 11 a.m. my time, so 2 o'clock. Yeah, I played this top here, shorted it a couple times, and I'm done with gold. NQ now. Let's see. Ooh, NQ starting to push up. So I guess NQ is going to continue. Just Bulls parade. Wow. No significant pullbacks on NQ. Crazy. Extraordinary cave trader. No, sir. Or maybe later. Ay, 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 ay. Kids. All right, NQ pushing. I guess they're going to continue. But to Carlos, to Mr. to Carlos Permabill, just buy every tip. Man, no significant pullback with NQ. That's pretty impressive. Pretty damn impressive what they've done. Cooper. So all-time high, Carlos, you're thinking like, well, I guess your target is already 400. You're thinking this thing is gonna have all-time highs tonight again. Wow. NQ. Nasty NQ. I mean, this is sick. What is this? Since 10:30 my time, 11:30, 12:30, 1:30 a.m. Just pushing. I'm sorry, 1:30 p.m. So you had the open, you had all that chop fest during the open, another push back down to 160 area, and then boom, with no significant pullback since. I don't get it. Carlos, this is easy money. Yeah. Dennis Kenyon Hot Sauces. Hey guys, it is like the stimulus checks are on the way. Yeah, man, I don't get it, but NQ. Let's take a look at Financial Juice. All right, tomorrow, I guess we have University of Michigan news. Not sure if government shutdown has anything to do with University of Michigan sentiment plan. Carlos, not trying to get political, but the possible peace deal in the Middle East. Yeah, you're right. I mean, these things do move the market. Cooper, possible heat tomorrow. We'll need to see how London opens. Could be one of those days where NQ just pushes. We've had those. Couple, no significant pullback. Day and night, just pushing, grinding. So Carlos isn't a long. Who else is long on NQ? Any brave souls trying to short NQ except me? CB flat. Julian long. Rick Ride long from 342. So you came in at the bottom of this channel. CB, I need a pullback. I'm trying to ride the pullback. See if we can get it. But NQ seems like it's just on a, as Carlos says, buy the pullback and just keep riding it to the upside. Dennis, you want to trade the house account? Sure. Let me know if you want to do one mini or one micro. One mini, okay. So let's do one mini. Let me switch to the house account. Oh, I am on the house account. One mini. You're going for a long at 352 with a TP at 366. Look at these bulls. They're holding every little pullback. They're buying it right back up, not allowing anything. Just a slow grind to infinity. All right, so I think your trade is set up, Dennis. 352 long, 366. John Zandela, damn, I hope we get a retracement down. I hope so too. But this is pretty damn impressive. I mean, that's bull strength right there. If they continue in this channel, to Carlos's point, the 385, 390 area next. If they fail and they give the pullback, which is what I'm banking on here, let's see if we get a pullback. Otherwise, they're going to push up. Texas, I bought one micro, 327.75, walked away with a stop at 321 and came back to this. 327. All right, you're up 25 points. Nicely done. John Zandela, yeah, and it's the psychological number on NQ, right? 400. I wouldn't be surprised. Ringgap boy, why not buy it right? It's lower than your entry. Texas Jet, we're at value area high. Best DJ in town, what's up, brother? Texas Jet, you think we go 255? I wouldn't mind that. Looks like we haven't had a significant pullback. Question is, are we going to get a significant pullback, or are the bulls just going to grind this, stair step it, and buy every pullback? No significant pullback on NQ since 11, that's 12, 1, 2 p.m. Look at this. Just grinding. Best DJ in town, what's up? What's up, brother? Trying to end my week, my trading week today. I scalped the hell out of gold, and I'm in the green, nicely in the green. So I traded that top, shorted that top, and walking out with some nice green. So today's what, Thursday night? Friday, I may not even trade tomorrow morning. May not even trade tomorrow morning. We got a long weekend, so I think I'm going to be in weekend mode after tonight's stream. Let's see. Let's see what happens with NQ. Chat seems to be a lot of folks in the chat seem to be long, and they're respecting this channel. They haven't given up the channel since this afternoon. Forget about Globex, and that's been rioting all day. So we'll see. DJ NYC, is the market open on Monday? Yeah, it's usually like a couple hours, and it closes at noon Eastern. Carlos NQ flat, maybe struggling a bit. Bottom end of the channel, yep. Now, they could go either way. They could just build consolidation here, and then you'll see a quick move to the upside, or we'll see the flush. I'm banking on the flush, but I'm also not putting leverage on it. Ranka boy selling 14 minis to make that pop. All right, let's see if we can get a nice little break here on NQ. It hasn't given any significant pullback. How long can it go without a pullback? A juicy pullback. Carlos, your stop is now moved up to 340. I've been long since 300. Whoa, that's a nice entry. You got in nice and early. 300, let's see. So you had the open pushed up, then came right back down, and you longed right around here. That's a nice entry. You've been riding it. Jesse James, sorry I couldn't type back earlier. Hands were a mess. We made Ozark heat wings for... Ooh, that sounds good. Jesse, what are your shark fins telling us? Are the bulls still in control, or are the bears starting to ring on your side? Jesse's also in a long, been holding this bad boy forever. 313, that's a nice one. Wow. So we got some nice entries here. We got 313. We got Carlos at 300. DJ NYC, what is that show you were talking about? Are you talking to me? If you're talking to me, I know I've been talking about Lioness and Landmark. Yeah, Landmark. Lioness is good. That's with what's her name? Tom Cruise's ex-wife, Nicole Kidman, and Paramount. They're both on Paramount. And Landman, that one's really good with Billy Bob Thornton. I didn't know Billy Bob could still act. That guy's really good acting. All of them. They all act really good. Anybody else? I know Jesse's been recommending The Mayor of Something. I haven't turned that one on. Any other good shows like Lioness and Landman out there? Lost in Space. You've been watching Task. I haven't seen that one. All right, what's Goldilocks doing? Goldilocks stuck in a little consolidation here. Ooh, this range comes back to the morning session. Look at this chop fest. Look above and fail, look below and fail, right back into this range. Coming back from this afternoon as well. NQ can't break. No pullback. Task, Lost in Space. All right, I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna put that one on my queue. I got two shows. The Mayor of Something. I know Jesse told me about that one. That one's on Paramount. And Task. Task is on what? Netflix? HBO. Got it. All right. All right. House account. We're getting close to the house account. Oh, man. I keep talking and I'm on the wrong screen here. All right. So NQ still in this channel, right? We're trying to see if we're going to break out of the channel or Bulls just in control. They're going to keep pushing this to 400. Goldilocks in this range, and it's really a range coming in from this afternoon. You had to look below and fail, look above and fail, and right back into that chop zone from this afternoon. As far as, let's go back to NQ. NQ, I'm banking on a break out of this channel, but got to respect the Bulls. I'm probably going to flip it here. If they push right back up, there's no hope for Bears with NQ. Mayor of Kingstown. There we go. Yeah, I heard Landman November. Viv for short. Medici? Never heard of that one. What platform? DJ NY, you're gonna like Linus, brother. That's a good show, man. Sandana, she kicks butt in that show. And then get ready, DJ NY. That's 2 seasons, brother. All right, guys. In the meantime, if there's anybody new on the stream and you're enjoying the content, do me a favor, smash that like, smash that subscribe. We do this every day, Monday through Thursday, 9:30 p.m. Eastern. Win, lose, or draw. And for those of you that trade New York, we do it every morning, 9:15 a.m. Eastern. All right, happy kids calling in a house account trade. Let's go for the chat account. Short at 988, 998. So are you talking about gold? Let me take a look at. Yes, gold. Okay. So you want a mini? One mini. Okay, got it. One mini on gold. You want to go short at 998. And you want to take a TP of 990. Wait, no. Take profit of 90. Got it. $998. I misread you, sorry. You want to go short at 998. There you go. Whoops. I think I got it right now. And your TP is, your stop loss is 02. All right. And then once you get hit, I'll set your, whatchamacallit, TP for 990 down here. Okay, I'll leave it right there so I remember. Rebby, what's up? Bit for short, Netflix, Medici. So what's Medici, or what is that show about? Let's take a look at it. Let me look it up. All right, so we're in. Now let me put in this buy at 990. All right, so house account is currently in a trade, short at 998 with a stop at 02 and target of 990. Bid for short, Zoe Saldana is in line as, yeah, man, and she's good. She's good. I think she's even better in season 2. They started taking advantage of her looks. All right, so NQ breaking down here. How's my short doing? Not doing too good yet. That may be all we get for a pullback. That's sad. So house account in a trade, we'll come back to that one. Let's take a look at NQ. NQ breaking out of this channel. I am in a little short there. Like I said, I'm already locking in profit. But I am in a short. I'm going to start adjusting my stop here. And let's see if we can ride this for at least... Probably wishful thinking the way NQ is moving today. There's no significant pullback. So let's see if we can do something like VWAP. But NQ is not giving any pullbacks. And honestly, I don't think I'm going to put up with it today. I'll clip you right there. If it pushes right back up, there's no point. There's no point of fighting these bulls tonight. Zach, JC, we are exactly in the same trade. All right, brother. Well, we'll see. We're counter trade trending. We're counter trend trading. Can't speak tonight. I'm going to keep it tight, though. If they push back up, bulls are in control. No reason to fight them. I'm already nicely in the green, so I'm not going to gamble tonight. But let's see if we can get a flush finally on NQ. They haven't given one all night. Doesn't look like they will, but I'm also not going to entertain too much on that either. Let's give this 10 points. A little extra there just for padding. We'll come back to that. Let's take a look at the house account. House account is in a trade. Shorting gold with a tight stop at 4,002 and TP at 990. Julian, which would you consider the top 2 prop firms with the best rules for funded accounts? Best rules for funded accounts. TPT is definitely one of them. Take Profit Trader. You know, as much as we hate Topstep, or I don't say we, but the fact that you have to trade on Project X, if you like Project X, Topstep at the end of the day pays. I don't like to trade on Project X, but Topstep also has good rules when on the Express accounts. I think Take Profit Trader is probably one of the best. Apex, because of the denials, I'm not going to say is one of the best. I'll be upfront on that. Let's see who else. Didn't I have a sheet the other day? Hold on. Let me take a look at my sheet. Take Profit Trader, I would say, is probably one of the good ones. There's another one that's not here, Tradeify, and probably My Funded Futures. The reason I say that is those are a little more established than the rest. The other ones are a little bit newer. It doesn't mean anything really. But if you want to go with the established ones, those seems to be the ones that have no denied payouts and all that good stuff. Anybody in the chat want to offer their opinion? Feel free on what the top eval to funded. Now, Julian, I'm assuming you're talking about funded, sim funded after you pass an eval, right? Not straight to funded, which is a little different. If you're asking about straight to funded, that's a different conversation. All right, any plans for the long weekend here? Anybody doing anything for, what is it, Columbus Day? I heard that some retail stores are closing. Oh, Home Depot announced this year that they are closing for Thanksgiving, huh? Kushal, check Perdia for, oh, you're talking about straight to funded. Okay, so straight to funded, Tradeify is probably the top one right now. Let's take a look at, oh, gold's starting to push up too. Tradeify is good for straight to funded. Let's see who else. I haven't tried, Kushal just mentioned Perdia for straight to funded. I haven't tried Perdia for straight to funded. Tradeify is my favorite. Lucid Direct now is pretty impressive. They just announced they have made $5 million in payouts with no payout denials. Tradeify also claims no payout denials yet. So those are my favorite right now in terms of straight to funded. Tick Trader is another one, but I have heard about payout denials on Tick Trader. So if you are going to open one with Tick Trader, it's because you're expanding. If you're about to open your first straight to funded, I'd probably go with Tradeify, which again has been established, no payout denials, and they have payouts within 15-20 minutes. Kushal, all right, man. I heard good things about Perdia. I just haven't done straight to funded yet with them. D. Lorenzo, bullish on Lucid Yeah, Lucid, like I said, they just announced 5 million in payouts today. And they've also added to that announcement, no payout denials yet. Sovereignty, you've had problems with Tick Trader. Yeah, that's why I don't. Tick Trader, I think, is one of those. If you have a lot of straight to funded, you've exhausted Tradeify, you've exhausted Lucid, you've exhausted some of the other ones. Maybe try an account with Tick. Hop on their Discord, though. Hop on the Discord for Tick Trader before you make that decision. They've had some payout denials there. So, whereas right now, Tradeify and Lucid Direct claiming no payout denials year to date. All right, the house account looks like it's going to get stopped out pretty soon on that gold trade. NQ and gold starting to rally. Christian Zeller longs looking like it. Nima, has Topstep ever denied a payout? Oh, 100%. PKE, ME long. If you make a lot of money, Tick Trader will swallow your money. They swallow my 80K profit. Yeah. Again, go with the established ones. Go with, if it's your first straight to funded, in other words, you're not trying to diversify, I would go with the ones right now that are claiming and have published no payout denials. Right now on straight to funded, Lucid Direct, no payout denials. Tradeify, no payout denials. And you can use code JCDT on both of those for the current discount, which I believe Tradeify is at 30 and Lucid Direct, I believe, is also 30 right now. Christian Zeller, is Topstep a bad funding page? No, I think Topstep, to be fair, they've been the leaders in the industry. The only thing I don't like about Topstep right now is you can only trade Project X or Topstep X on Topstep. You can't trade Tradeify, you can't trade Rhythmic. There's no other platform other than Project X that you can trade on Topstep. That's the only issue. If you have no issue with that, listen, Topstep has payout denials, but I think those payout denials are related more to, what is it? What is it? What's the term out there? Prop firm farming and that, erratic trading type of deals. For the most part, they pay. John Sandella, I've never been denied from Topstep. Same here. When I've gotten a payout with Topstep, I've gotten paid. Now, I haven't traded with Topstep for probably like 6 months plus, if not more. But I can't say anything negative about Topstep or the experience with Topstep. The only thing, my only personal issue is you can't trade anything else but Quantower. But Project X. But if you're okay with Project X, Topstep is a great option too. NQ refusing to take a pullback, huh? But Topstep at the end of the day has been and continues to be the leader in futures prop firm right now. Moises NQ holding every gap at 5 minutes. Yeah, man, they're not giving a pullback. It's crazy. It's impressive to watch. It is impressive to watch. I mean, they've been doing it all day, right? All right, we got a trade in on the chat account. Let's see. One of our viewers, just wrote, I just started with Lucid. They pay out within minutes of requested 9,500 over the past 3 weeks. Do you have a code with Lucid? Yes. So you guys can use code JCDT for Lucid, for Tradeify, if you're doing your straight to funded accounts. Again, as far as straight to funded, 3 prop firms come to mind that are all claiming no payout denials year to date. And that's important because a straight to funded account is a lot more expensive. The last thing you want to deal with is payout denials once you get your payout request. So Tradeify, posted on social media under Discord, no payout denials year to date. Lucid Direct just posted today, $5 million in payouts. That's their first benchmark and no payout denials year to date. Day traders also has straight to funded, no payout denials year to date. And let's hop on to NQ while I pull up a spreadsheet. I did a video on straight to funded. It is on my YouTube page where I evaluate all the straight to funded accounts. Let me pull up a spreadsheet that I used for that. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay, here we go. So let's take a look at bingo. Let's take a look. Can I expand this? All right, you guys should see this pretty clearly. All right, so I did a review on straight to funded accounts. This is all straight to funded. Tradeify, day traders, Lucid Direct, and Tick Trader, they're straight to funded prime. I'm not a fan of the other one, the straight to funded plus or something like that. So I compared all 4 prop firms. Tradeify calls theirs the lightning funded. Day traders calls it straight to funded. Lucid Direct, Tick Trader. You can use code JCDT on all of these. Project X, as of September 13th, now available on Tradeify. Tradeify is Tradeivate and Ninja mainly, but now they added Project X. And day traders, Project X only. Lucid Direct, Project X, and Rhythmic. I should update this. Lucid now offers Tradeivate and Ninja as well. This is a little dated. Tick Trader offers Project X and Tradeivate. Profit goal on straight to funded on a 150K. You'll have to look at their website if you're trading a 50K, but for the 150K, 9,000 profit goal on your first payout, 10,000 for day traders, Lucid Direct 9,000, and Tick Trader, it's 10,500 to get your first full payout. In other words, the full max that you can request, and I'll go over that in a second. All right. Then each one has different parameters for second, third, and all that good stuff. Second payout, you only have to make 4,500, which is why I got my second payout literally this morning. Second payout with day traders, 5,000. Second payout with Lucid Direct, 4,500. And second payout with Tick Trader, 3,000. Easy second payout, but they push you to 10,500 to get your first payout. Daily loss limit fixed on Tradeify at 3,750. However, it becomes dynamic. In other words, it changes once you reach $9,000 in profit, or once you request that payout, your DLL increases to the max drawdown. So the max drawdown on that account is 6,000. You don't have a daily loss limit anymore. Your drawdown is basically 6K once you get to your first payout. Day traders, straight to funded, daily loss limit of 3,750. Lucid Direct, fixed at 3,600, but they also have a dynamic after the balance reaches 156,100. The DLL is 60% of your highest end of day account profit. And then Tick Trader is a flat 3,750. This 3,750 hurt me a couple weeks ago. I was copy trading on Tradesyncer, and this one did not close and hit my DLL. But anyways, drawdown type, end of day trailing for Tradeify, end of day trailing for straight to funded day traders. Lucid Direct, end of day trailing, but it becomes static. In other words, it doesn't trail you after you hit 156,100. From there on, your max loss limit is locked at 150,100. In other words, that's it. It doesn't trail you from there anymore, which is a huge plus with Lucid Direct. That means you can use your profits to leverage future profits, if you understand. Oh, I think I just got stopped out on my play. Yep, I did. Let's take a look at my stop. What happened? NQ push. Yep, NQ pushed. All right, it is what it is. Let's go back to this. All right, max loss limit. In other words, the max amount that you can lose before you blow that straight to funded account, 6K across the board for all four. Consistency rule. They all start at 20%. However, Tradeify rolled out their dynamic consistency rule. After your second payout, it's 25%. After your third payout, 30%. The other three are 20, 20, and 20. John Sandella, end of day trailing is so trash. I agree, but you got to find prop firms have to find a balance, right? They can't make it too easy on a straight to funded. Otherwise, everybody gets the payout. So all of them use end of day trailing for straight to funded. Minimum trading days on Tradeify, none, but you do have a 20% consistency rule, so it's not like you can do it within 2 days anyways. Day traders, 10 qualifying trading days with a daily profit, a minimum daily profit of $300. In other words, you have to have days that have a minimum profit of $300, 10 qualifying days, not consecutive. It could take you a month or 3 months, but you got to have 10 days before you can request a payout of a minimum profit of $300 or more. Lucid Direct, 8 days, and Tick Trader S2F Prime, none. Max contract size, 12, 12, 10 minis, 15 minis. Scaling rules, none. The max per payout. So Tradeify on the 150K allows you to take out 3K, Day Traders 3K, Lucid Direct 3K, and Tick Trader 3K. However, there's profit splits on this. Do I have this profit split? I do. The profit split on on Tradeify is 90-10. So you to request 3,000, they remove 3,000 from your account, but you only get paid 2,700 because that's a 90-10 split. Day Trader straight to funded is 3,000 with 100% profit split. Lucid Direct, 3,000 on your first payout, 100%. Tick Trader, 3,000 on your max payout with 80-20. So Tick Trader has the lowest one. So anyways, you can take a look at this video on my YouTube. Hold on, let me go back to what's NQ doing here. If you take a look at my YouTube and you want to see the full video on straight to funded, let me pull up the video. If you take a look at here we go. Best straight to funded showdown. It's right here. Tradeify versus Tick, Lucid, and Day Traders, and I go over everything. Although I pretty much summarized the video in 10 minutes. All right, let's go back to trading. Let's go back to the chat. Charles A, at least my paper trading is doing great. MNQ is up. Nice. Kushal, I can open a position and close it with a 100 profit, even if... Wait, oh, we got stopped out on the house account? I think we just got... Oh, yeah. House account got stopped out on that gold trade, unfortunately. So, did not work out on the chat account. Julian, and like I said, the full video is on my YouTube. Besides live streaming, I do create content around prop firm updates and all the latest news, and you can watch some of those videos, but the straight to funded video or the best of is right there. So stay tuned, and I am coming up with a Tradesyncer video. I think I'm going to work on it over the weekend. So I'll put a full video on Tradesyncer, the pros, the cons, who it's for, and how that works. So stay tuned. 100 lot. I secured 3 prop shop payouts today for 844. Nice. Going into victory formation, not trading Friday. Yeah, 100 lot. Good stuff. Same here. I secured my six accounts for payout today. I'm locking it in, not trading tomorrow either. So good stuff. And good job. Nice 100 lot. Prop shop. Peter Chan has told me about prop shop. I was going to open some accounts with prop shop. When was it? Last weekend. I'm just not ready. I'm going to wait another weekend or two before I add. Scotty G, appreciate you, man. Julian, what about your website? The website just has the codes or the website or the affiliate codes that I'm with right now. All right, what is gold just pushing up as well, huh? Kushal, to save weekends if it becomes a bad day. Yeah, man. It's a 3-day weekend. Why would I want to risk a loss on Friday? I mean, I'll stream tomorrow morning, but I'll probably open or look for an eval that is behind and just trade that one. I'm not trading straight to funded accounts tomorrow or anything that's worth. And my mind also needs a couple days to just disconnect. Right Investments, is the market open Monday? The futures are open Monday until noon, I think, or 1 p.m. Eastern. Don't quote me on that. Usually it's an early close. Vishal, for you, it's usually Tuesday? Interesting. So I usually trade Friday. The only reason I don't want to trade tomorrow is, I'm up for the night. I got to pay out this week. I need to take it easy. I need to enjoy the weekend. I don't want to set myself up and potentially take a big loss tomorrow after it's been a good week. So just a mental strategy, if anything. Morovsky, JC, I took a long gold. What do you think, bro? Where'd you enter? Let's take a look at gold. Well, gold is at a pivot point. Here we go. So gold pushed up to that pivot point. It is in an ascending channel. I would watch for a sharp rejection here. Be careful if there's a sharp rejection at the pivot point. If not, that's the second attempt to push above. The first attempt was a look above and fail. Now they're trying to push above that pivot point or 4,000 again. And if you look at where I scalped the hell out of gold at the top, it's coming into resistance again, but we'll see. It's bullish as hell, just like NQ. Kushal, I don't know. Most of my accounts are blown on Tuesdays. Really? For me, most of my bad days were Fridays or Thursday. But I do think it's what you just said. It's a mental thing. You come into that day afraid. In other words, you've had 1 or 2 bad days, and now you come in the third day on a Tuesday, or in my case, a Friday, and you're just like, oh, you're in panic mode because you've had bad days. But it's mental. It's not the market. Scotty G, wow, I didn't realize Monday was a holiday non-trading day. Glad I dropped in. So, good question there. It is a federal holiday. Is it a non-trading day? So what date is Monday? Monday is the 13th. Actually, Scotty, the stock market will remain open on Monday. So everything normal on Monday. All right, gold. This is sad. Look at the chat account. So one of our viewers took the trade on gold and literally stopped out right there and now taking that pullback. So again, if we look at this area, that 4,000, let's hop on TradingView. This blue line is the pivot point. That's why I said if you see a sharp rejection there, careful. We saw what gold did yesterday on a pivot point rejection. It literally flushed down 20, 30 points pretty damn quickly. Gold also respecting those pivot points. Christian Zeller, you got some perma bulls here. I think Carlos has 400. Jesse's targeting 390. And I got stopped out trying to short this. Oh no, I'm still in a trade. Oh, I'm still alive, but I'm getting close to dying. I'm not giving it more than that wick right there for my stop. But bulls are not allowing anything below the 20 SMA. They haven't even allowed a test of the 200 all day. Going back to this morning, 11:45, so that's 12:1. After 2:30, they broke above the 200 SMA and they have not allowed a test all day. Now the 200 SMA is getting closer. Question is, are they going to flush it soon or are they going to continue to push up? Looks like the bulls are going to win. But I'm also not adding. I was planning to build a short, but it's just not happening. Kushal, yeah, I'm in with 2 micros. I'm not going crazy on it. I was looking for a flush, but it's not happening. They're not allowing any pullbacks, so looks like bulls are in control. Gold, oh man, look at the chat account. Unfortunately, that trade. Who took the trade on? Who took the trade on the chat account today? Hold on. Happy Kids. Happy Kids took the trade on gold and literally got stopped out right at the pivot point, and now taking a pullback. So we'll see. We'll see how that plays out. And NQ just refusing to pull back. Crazy. Best DJ in town. Again, the stop was better entry. Hey, man, it happens. Sometimes you get unlucky, or, this could be just a mild, this could be a great stop in your situation because they took the pullback, but if they're going to push up, take the loss, right? So it can go either way. They can just push this right up. Murovsky took a bit heavy long with gold, almost 10 micros. What's your entry, Murovsky? Oh, 4,000. Oh, okay, so you tried to long at the pivot point. Yeah, just be careful for sharp pullbacks. You're at a pivot point. So far, it hasn't been a sharp one. As long as they continue to push up, but they got to push above the pivot point of 4,000. That's the only issue there, is they got to push with strength. The initial push was a look above and fail. They came back and tested pivot point, and a little pullback still doesn't mean much, but be careful. Right investments in gold longs, MGC. All right, NQ finally giving us a pullback. Let's see if they can flush this. Here we go. I think that's all we're going to get is that 200 SMA touch, if we even get that. They need to build speed on this if they're going to flush hard. Otherwise, the 200 SMA VWAP is at 227. Where is my exit? VWAP's at 227. I'm targeting 221. I got to adjust for VWAP. So let's see if we can get something like that. What's the lower band of VWAP? 311. Ugh, that's a little aggressive. All right, let's see if they can pick up some speed. We haven't had a pullback, so it's either they flush or they push right back up, and at that point, there's no point of shorting this. Gold, what are you doing? Gold, undecided here at this pivot point, but it wasn't a harsh pullback like last night. Last night, it touched that pivot point, similar to this. Pushed above the pivot point and flushed hard, so we will see. All right, NQ coming down to the first resistance area, that 200 SMA. VWAP is right below at 225. Let's see. Team Massive, blessings, sir. Carlos is out. Nice trade, sir. Cooper. All right, brother. All right, all right, all right. I like it, Coop. All right, we need NQ to not make this. That's it for a pullback. I know some of you are long, but it can only be fair. How long can NQ continue to push? So can we at least get VWAP? What is VWAP? 327 on this move? Veej 2007, what's up, brother? Welcome. Hyatt, welcome to the stream. Gold going down again. Chris Noof, what's going on? The world's oldest living man is now 113. That's a great stat. 113, bro. Wow. Where is this oldest man from? Tony Lanes, the chat account got stopped out, unfortunately. All right, how is MNQ doing here? All right, it needs to flush. It's breaking out of that channel finally. But we're still not seeing speed on that flush. I'm going to put my stop as a test of that channel. And where's the lower band of VWAP? 311. All right, let's see if we can get VWAP touch and a flush below VWAP on this. Where's the... the Brazilian state of Ceará. Kushal, Japan, that's what I thought. I thought definitely Japan or China. You know, I don't know if, I mean, knock on wood, I don't know if I would want to live to 113. I was thinking about that the other day is, you know, at what age do you want to go? Extraordinary Cave Trader, do you know what's trailing drawdown? I'm reading some rules. I know what is intraday and end of day, but not trailing. So trailing drawdown applies to both end of day and intraday. They're both trailing drawdowns, right? Let's say you have $5,000 as a max loss limit. Actually, $3,000 because those are the 50Ks. Let's say you have $3,000 of drawdown before you blow the account. So if you start with a 50K, your drawdown is 47,000. On end of day trailing, whatever your high that you close, whatever the profit that you close for the day, that's how far your trailing drawdown chases you. With intraday, that's like Apex, it's a little different. So let's say you had, let's say you're in a trade and it went up $1,000, but you didn't close at $1,000. So we're talking about intraday trailing drawdown. If you are in a trade that shows a profit of $1,000, you don't close it at $1,000, you closed it at $500. Your account balance went up $500. So your 50K account is now 50,500. Your drawdown though, which was 3,000, lost $1,000. Your drawdown now is only 2. In other words, 48,000. Because, 48,000. Because your profit went all the way up to 1,000. You closed at 500. End of day trailing drawdown is different. If you close at 500, right, that's where the drawdown calculation starts. So from 50,500 minus 3,000, 50,500 minus 3,000, 47,500. With the other scenario, your profit went up to 1,000. So your account went up to 51,000. From there, subtract the 3,000. Whoops, 51,000 minus 3. I just want to make sure I got it right. 48,000, right. So your trailing drawdown now is 48,000. Your account balance is 50,500. So that's the difference between intraday trailing and end of day trailing. A little confusing, but obviously the better one is end of day trailing. Oh, so we talked about, you know, chart patterns tend to repeat themselves. Carlos, you were on this one last night too. So we talked about pivot point. Hold on, let me switch to gold. Pivot points and gold. Look at that sharp rejection at the pivot point. I said yesterday we took a 20, 30 point plunge and it's already at 10 points. Pivot points on both NQ and gold are solid reversal patterns. or reversal plays. And the sad part on the house account got stopped out right there. Great idea, happy kids, on the short, but stopped out right there and probably would have hit your TP. Unlucky. So I hope that explains end of day and intraday trailing drawdown. Kushal, one mistake, JC. They'll give you 500 for drawdown back. You say profit of 1,000 and close at 500. They'll take 500 from your drawdown, so it'll be 48,500. No, sir. So let's do the same exercise again, right? So the account is a 50K account. It's your first trade and you get up to $1,000. So the high, your intraday profit was $51,000. At that point on intraday trailing, that's where the drawdown starts. So 51,000 minus 3,000 of drawdown that you have on the account, your drawdown now is 48,000. Your account balance, you're right, is 50,500. That is intraday trailing. Cooper, do you trail your trades in profit? If it's significant profit, yes. I think I trailed a trade yesterday on the New York session. If I'm in the green, yeah, 100% I'll trail it. Jesse James, buyers taking back over. All right. Kushal, I'm basing it on a $3,000 drawdown. So let's make sure we're all speaking apples to apples. Apex, for instance, has a 50K account, and the drawdown on a 50K account is 3K. Now I get it. Other prop firms, it could be 2,500 or 2,000. I'm giving the example with $3,000 of drawdown. On intraday trailing, if you get that account to 51,000, right? Your drawdown starts there, even though you didn't close at 51,000. So with 3,000, again, with that same example, at 51,000, your drawdown now moved from 47,000 all the way up to 48,000, even though you closed at 50,500 or $500 in profit. Again, I'm making the exercise or the example with a 3K drawdown. Some prop firms have 2,500, others have 2,000. Jesse's telling us that is it for the pullback. Buyers are stepping in at the 200 SMA. No chances of seeing VWAP. That's crazy. Peter Chan, what's up, brother? Roger Morales or Moraes. No DD intradays, only end of day. Correct. If you can, I mean, right now, you have enough prop firms that offer end of day that intraday really should be because you're diversifying, not because you're starting with it. End of day drawdown is, in my opinion, way better than intraday. Intraday teaches you to take profits as you see them because you trade not wanting to lose your drawdown. Intraday trailing drawdown just keeps you very tight as a trader. In other words, if you see $1,000 in profit, are you going to want to close it there before it comes back to 500 and you have to close it? Seattle, your streams are the best low key. Hey, I appreciate you, man. I'm glad you're enjoying the content. And for anybody there new to the stream or tuning in, if you're enjoying the content, do me a favor, smash that like, smash that subscribe. And Seattle, listen, man, I appreciate it. Appreciate you, man. It's always good to hear it. 100 lot, I always take the fast money. Yeah, that's what intraday drawdown teaches you to do, is you take that drawdown. You take your profit quickly. All right, we're coming to VWAP. I'm a little nervous on pushing this below VWAP. We're hitting VWAP right now. Let's see if we can get this trade here. If I see a sharp push up, I'll close it. Okay, I'm going to bed. Thanks for the answer. Blah, blah. Regardless, thanks for the team. JC, good info. All right, Scotty, have a great one. I think I'm going to be on tomorrow. I'm just not going to trade sim funded accounts, but I'll trade for sure some evals. But I'm done as far as trading for the week. Nate, banger execution. If I close here, if I close here, can we get a little push, little further push on this? All right, I'm closing it. All right, we got a little trade there on NQ, playing the flush of that channel. We're at VWAP, and I don't want to take a bounce, a sharp bounce on that. Zach, no, JC, why? Because I got to go to bed, man. VWAP was the target. Kushal, JC was 2 points away. Yeah, I've seen 2 points away become negative P&L, my friend. But gold is tanking too. Gold is not doing well. I don't mess with VWAP at night. I've learned that VWAP has its bounces. Not to say it can't go back down. I just don't want to take the ride back up and a ride back down. That's all. $820 loss. That's the house account. So the house account took a negative. The chat account, unfortunately, took a loss today. Oh, wait a minute. Are we still in a position somewhere? P&L is moving. Why is this account open here? Oh, because this, who took the trade on NQ long? Who took the trade on NQ long? I think I missed this one. Who took the long on NQ? It's no big deal. We just got to figure out where your stop was. All right, let me go through the chat. We're probably going to have to close that one. House account. Who took the trade on the house account? No, Happy Kids took the long on gold. That one got stopped out. Question is, No, Jesse didn't take it. All right, I think I'm going to have to do an executive decision and close it here. That way the house account doesn't take further loss. Let me take a look at the charts real quick on NQ. Is there any hope? Okay, so NQ is at that pivot point. I'm sorry, a VWAP. All right, let's do this. If it doesn't bounce on this wick, we're going to have to close the house account trade. I forgot who took it. So if it goes below that wick, that's it. That's all we're going to give it. All right? Fair? All right, going back to my trade. So we came to VWAP, little bounce here. I mean, there still could be continuation to the downside, but NQ hasn't been giving strong pullbacks yet, so we'll see. Extraordinary cave trader for end of day, correct. Extraordinary cave for end of day trailing, yes. For intraday, same thing. It would apply to both. If you close at 1,000, yes. The problem is with intraday, if your profit goes all the way up to 1,500, but you end up closing it at 500, that's where intraday screws you. Cooper Apex has a great video on intraday. Yeah, I gotta make a. I think I'm gonna have to make a video with like some diagrams because intraday trailing is a little confusing. Extraordinary cave trader. I think what you're not understanding is both intraday and end of day are both trailing drawdowns. It's just the difference in how the trailing works, that's all. But they're both trailing drawdowns. Think of it as this way, extraordinary cave trader. If your profit goes up, so you start here, this is your zero balance, right? And this is your drawdown. Your profit goes up, your drawdown goes up. That's why it's trailing you. Think of it as trailing you. Your profit goes up, your drawdown goes up. Your profit goes down, your trailing drawdown stays. Trailing drawdown will never go down, only goes up. So again, this is your zero balance. This is your 3K max loss limit. You made 1,000, your trailing drawdown goes up. You made 2,000, it goes up. You lost 1,500, your trailing drawdown stays there. You lose again, stays there. You blow the account. That's as easy as I can explain it on camera. It will always follow you up. It will never move down. Trailing drawdown never moves down, only goes up with your profit. All right, going back to NQ, came to VWAP and not making a big bounce. I mean, I think there could be more to this. To Zach's point, I think there could be more to this to the downside. I just don't want to ride the wave up and down. Chris Noof, I think you summarized it. You can make 50K, lose 3K, and blow up. Actually, depends. Some prop firms, your drawdown becomes static after hitting a profit buffer. Again, each prop firm has different rules. Apex, you hit a certain profit buffer, your drawdown becomes your balance, which is huge. But the goal is to get to your profit buffer. Kushal, it goes static after, right? That's the word. A lot of prop firms, your drawdown is no longer trailing you. It becomes static after you hit a profit buffer. Cooper, the intraday dog chasing you has rabies. The end dog just has broken teeth. That's a good way of looking at it. That's an excellent way of looking at it. Best any size Apex accounts. I'm curious what the chat thinks. Chris Noof has a good question. What do you recommend for the best any size Apex accounts? So in other words, do you guys trade 50Ks, 25Ks, 100Ks, 150Ks? A 100 lot, what's the max number of funded have you copy traded? 27, and I blew them all once in one day. And I haven't been up that high anymore. I'm only up to what, 7 straight to funded right now. So I haven't put those numbers back up. Last night I showed you guys, for those of you that were on last night, I showed you my 20 Apex PAs that were blown. PAs, crazy. Super Earthman, for the price, trade a 50K account is the best. I think I agree with you. We had a little. So this is the 50K eval challenge. This is the 50K eval challenge, right? These are all the options. I think take profit trader with no activation fee, no activation fee, and no activation fee. The best bang for your buck is trade day at $69 for intraday trailing. Lucid number 2 for 81, and take profit trader, although it's $100, 50% consistency rule for take profit trader. Probably one of the most flexible consistency rules for take profit trader. Apex, no consistency rule. Lucid, no consistency rule. Trade day, 30%. Bulenox. Now, Bulenox and Apex, yes, they're cheap, but they have activation fees that puts them above TPT, Lucid, and Trade Day. Flex futures, no, that actually, yes, Bulenox is 91% off right now. Let me check. Let me double check that for you. I'm pretty sure I checked 2 days ago and Bulenox was 91%. Hold on, let me double check. I'm sorry, Bulenox is at 83%. Bulenox, 83% right now. But again, with all these props, the promo code JCDT updates automatically to the latest and greatest. This one is old. This one was based on the video that I made. This is now 83% off. Apex is still 80. Take Profit Trader is still 40% off. Lucid is now 30. Trade Day stays at 30. And again, you can use code JCDT for any of them. And this is for evals, not straight to funded. All right, let's hop back on to the chat account. Seems to be recovering. It did not hit stop, but I don't think there's hope for that. Chat account trying to bounce that VWAP, but you are in a descending channel now, so they have to pop out of that descending channel. Looks like they are. So extraordinary cave trader. I think you got to look at it this way. There's intraday trailing drawdown and there's end of day trailing drawdown. However, they are both trailing drawdowns. All right, house account took some heat here. I forgot who took the trade on NQ. I'll have to go back in the chat. Let's see who took the trade on NQ and what the stop was. If the stop was hit, then I got to close this. Anybody remember who took the trade on NQ? I'm going, can't even go further up. All right. Well, we'll manage it with that stop. If it gets stopped out, it gets stopped out. Super Earthman. You're killing me. I'm going to have to make a clip of that video. I got to watch that. Probably a hilarious way of explaining trailing drawdown. This is your zero. This is your 3K balance. Oh, man. CB long gold from 88. Let's see. All right, brother. Where is, what's gold doing? Let's see what Goldilocks. Goldilocks scalped the hell out of that top, shorted it. Made some nice money on gold today. All right, gold is in a sharp descending channel, came to that range that we talked about from the earlier part of the day, right? It was battling here. You had to look below and fail, look above and fail. Came back in this range, pushed up, flushed through it though. This time it flushed through the range. So gold is dangerous right now. And it's in a sharp. Ooh, what happened here? It flushed right through this consolidation area. All right, back to NQ. Is there any hope for NQ bouncing for my bulls? Jeff Koski, fire still going strong here, really? The one north of you is 43 acres. Oh, man. And the other one's west, 41. Ouch. Someone sent a house trade, JC Kushal. Let's see. Who took a house trade? Oh, Nicholas Gomez. Oh, I love the way Nicholas Gomez did the house alert. All right. ES, 5 micros long. Let's hop on to ES. All right, ES 5 micros. Oh, I got to do MES. All right, here we go. You want 5 micros long at 67.92 in a galaxy far, far away. 5 micros long at 67.92, 6803 TP. All right, that's set up. Do me a favor. I can't. Tradeify has the worst bracket orders or ATM strategies. When it gets hit, just remind me in the chat that I got to set your stop, please. All right, back to NQ. Zach, stopped on gold. If there's a lesson I've expensively learned, never trade gold without a stop loss nor with size. Yeah, gold, when it picks up direction, man, gold is unforgiving. It's continuing on down, but it's playing that channel. Remember I said the channel at the top, you don't want to long there until you see a breakout. Otherwise, it's continuing to respect the channel. Plus, you flushed right to a major consolidation zone. It's one thing to come into the consolidation zone, right? Like during the day, they pushed up, they came back down, but still kind of played through the consolidation, push up. This is a look above, it flushed right through it. And again, with gold, we talked about, Carlos, if you're still on, this was the play from yesterday. We're taking a look at gold. Look at that pivot point touch. Rejected. Rejected. Yeah, little look above and failed. That would have stopped you out on the first touch. But that second touch was just like last night, a little higher last night. You had the pivot point and it rejected 20, 30 points. We're at 20 points right now on that rejection on gold. All right, let's go back to NQ. Did NQ continue to flush? Oh, NQ's coming for that flush right here. There it goes. Going to flush VWAP right now. NQ finally taking a pullback, a serious pullback. Let's see if they can flush it. Nicholas Gomez, I'm all risk management PTSD from stop filled. Order rejected. That's the worst. Order rejected. You're like, what? Account blown. All right, NQ lingering here at the VWAP. Trying to figure out what it wants to do. Looks like it's going to flush it. Looks like it's going to flush it. Knox, what's up, brother? Zach, I swear I somehow got the order rejected when I wanted out of my last trade. Felt weak. Gold just dumping now. All right, let's watch Goldilocks. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Played that channel to the T. Came right up and flushed it. Yeah, the telltale was flushing this consolidation zone. There was no consolidation in here. It flushed it pretty damn quick. Zach, it's a long now, not touching. I'm not touching anything. I'm done. Locking in my profit for the weekend. I'll be on tomorrow. I got to find a eval or something to trade, but not touching straight to funded or any sim funded accounts. There's nothing like enjoying a weekend in the green and not having to stress. So I'm on weekend preservation mode. Jesse, remember when JC hated Asia? I think gold has changed my listen. Most of the trading today was gold for sure. I like. I'll tell you why I like Asia. You guys know that for those of you that watch New York, my style is very. All right, I think the house account just got stopped. My style is very quick, very scalping, right? Quick plays. Asia, you got to learn how to trade. You got to stay in longer. You got to play those levels longer. It's the same thing that happens during New York, but a lot longer. So if you're going for 20, 30 points in New York, you're going to get it in 2 candles or 3 candles, whatever. Asia, you got to wait there. So I think Asia builds patience. That's why I'm kind of forcing myself to trade Asia a little more and with longer plays, and I'll continue to make them longer and longer because I do see the longer term strategy with Asia with less risk. All right, Goldilocks bouncing, huh? Right at the bottom of that channel, and then it's breaking out of that channel now. I'm out though. I'm done. I'm locking it in. I can't do that to myself. What was the catalyst for that bounce on gold? Is there anything? Oh, a prior. So as these things happen, I'm watching price action, right? This is the prior pivot point. It was another area of support from the past. We had a wick all the way down to this pivot point right here. And this time it touched it right to a T. These pivot points on gold are golden, man. I played the short up here earlier. And that pivot point rejection was a beauty. All right, let's go back to NQ. NQ still at VWAP, but I think it's only a matter of time before this channel plays out. We know what bears do at the top of the channel. They flush it. Or kind of like what gold is doing right now, they're popping out of the channel, right? Attempting to. Who trades gold during New York? Coop, I think you trade gold during New York, right? Who trades gold during New York? I haven't traded gold during New York. Coop, you still don't have a green arrow. Good. Yeah, I saw your... I just don't know if I can stay on for another hour, but... Jeff, you sometimes do. I'm going to maybe play tomorrow because I'm not trading anything important tomorrow. I might hop on gold tomorrow on an eval in the morning. I want to see how that crazy volatility plays out. Jeff, you used the 5-minute inside candle. Super Earthman. Oh, yeah, I remember you did say that you had a good day with both gold and NQ. 6 to 11 a.m. for gold. Got it. Yeah, tomorrow I'm going to, like I said, I still will stream, but I'm not trading anything important. So I'll see what eval I have around that's behind and just trade an eval tomorrow. Rebbe, I banned myself from gold. Goldilocks. Goldilocks can hurt feelings. Coop, I don't think I saw that one. But I also got to take some time tomorrow or whenever you have time. I did get your email just to understand how to read the whole thing. Actually, no, I didn't get gold at all today. I think NQ and SPX is all I've gotten. Jesse James giving us ticks per minute. Ticks per minute brought to you on this stream by Jesse James. The current TPMs are NQ at 13 ticks per minute and gold 21 ticks per minute. Brought to you by the man, the myth, the legend, Jesse James. Appreciate you, brother. All right, we're going to have to find a way to get some profit on the house account. We took a plunge tonight. Chat account took a plunge. Let's see if I can find a gold trade, and I'll take responsibility. Oh, man, the gold long was at 78. I'm not long in it right now, though. We're in a descending channel still. CB, that's what I'm thinking here, bro, but I can't. We're, I can't do it to the house account. I can't do it. I promised I wouldn't trade the house account, so I'm going to stick to the rule. Last thing I want to do is take a trade on the house account and mess it up for you guys. So I'm leaving it alone. S1 Trades, thank you for subscribing. I appreciate you, brother. All right, what's NQ doing here? MNQ. All right, so I think I'm okay with my cover here. I'd probably have to wait another hour for the next leg. I do think there's a next leg to this, but I'm going to have to close the stream pretty soon. Go NQ flushed above below 200 SMA. VWAP still finding a little bit of resistance, probably building some bearish consolidation here. Wait for the break, either upside or downside. Looking like it wants another leg down, but not messing with it. I'd rather go to bed. All right, NQ trying to pop out of that channel. Zach. Zach, you're still in that trade, right? You're still in that short on NQ, right? CB short on gold 84. Let's take a look at gold 84. Well, it looks like you're making money. You're printing. It's coming back into that channel. It was a little fake breakout out of that channel. Now the question is, can they come back in and flush it, or are they going to use this as support and bounce it? Knox, you took a short at 91. Oh, you're still in that short. Nice. Jeff, that's what I'm thinking, a bounce off the channel, and that's now if they decide to come back in, they do that aggressively usually, and they flush it. All right, guys. Well, if there's anybody new or anybody on that's enjoying the stream, help me out with the YouTube algo. Smash that like, smash that subscribe, hit that notification bell so you get annoyed every time I post content. We do this every night, Monday through Thursday, 9:30 p.m. Eastern. And for those of you that trade nasty Nasdaq in the morning, 9:15 a.m. Eastern. All right, NQ looking like it wants to break out of that area that we talked about. Where's the consolidation zone? Yep. Little break for the next leg down. Or right back up. Andrew, have you guys noticed NQ seems to be on a trend from 6 p.m. until around 10:30? Then it gives a deeper pullback until closer to London. I don't stay up that late to know what happens after I close the stream, but I would say for the last week or two, there's been a trend on both NQ and gold during Asia, making it fun to trade. Andrew, I think you're right. All right, let's go look at gold again. Gold, not able to come back into that channel, bouncing. If they do come into the channel, the bottom of that is that 75, 76 area down here. Ooh, they're coming back into that channel. It gets dangerous here. If you're in a short, you're looking for this flush right there. If you're in a long, you're hoping this bounces, does not come back into the channel. All right, guys, I'm going to go water the flowers. I'll be right back. Do me a favor, if the market crashes, blink twice. Goldilocks not going back into that channel, huh? Corey, I have made almost $800 every night on gold. Listen, I don't want to jinx it for myself, but gold. Coop, I owe you a bottle of whatever you drink, my friend. Gold was a game changer for Asia. JC, please choose a different spot. You're turning the grass brown. Burnt. Ooh, look what gold just did. Fake the breakout and they flush it right down. 75. Ooh, dirty, 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 dirty. Dirty, dirty. No, they weren't able to flush it. Oh, there it comes. It's usually a quick flush. Boom. Ooh, there it is. Who caught that short? I know CB, you're in a short, right? CB's printing, and you said you entered at, did you say 82? Knox still in? Yeah, they had a couple of fake outs to shake some shorts out here, but eventually the channel won. And you're looking at 74, 75 area. Now I got dad duties. I'll be right back, guys. Zach long at 72. You ballsy. Here's what I would wait for. Not that I'm going to trade. I'm done. But look how close. Let's take a look at gold. 960. That's a solid support area. It held. That's your pivot point right there. Held. Vij, I was expecting a big reaction to where you got what, 2 points on that reaction? It's playing the channel. All right, let's go back to the one we all used to trade. You guys remember that other one called NQ? Before everybody hopped on the gold bandwagon, including myself. You guys remember NQ? Well, once upon a time, this is what we traded. Apple ATM went long at 75. Let me see how the movement there at 75 was. You know, I came close to long in this one, but I said, don't do it. Don't do it. That flush, it's usually the fake out, but shoulda, coulda, woulda does not count. That Apple ATM, that takes cojones. Good one. 75. That's a nice one, man. Taking it on a flush down. I like it. That's ballsy. I like that, Apple. That's the reversal trader. Nothing like the adrenaline of taking a sharp move to the downside or a sharp move to the upside and counter trend trading it. It's the adrenaline of the reversal trader. You pay sometimes, big time, but it's fun. So nice job there, Apple. So I'm hoping it hits my TP at 973. So you're going for a little further down. So it looks like the chat in general with all your strategies, you guys are all green today. We're all green. Well, majority is green tonight. Good. All right, let's take a look at the other one. Where's ES? Let's take a look at ES. Nicolas, are you anywhere close to are we anywhere close to Nicholas's trade? Ooh, wait a minute. Gold. Look what gold just did. Flush the channel. Oh no, that's NQ. Never mind. NQ taking more legs to the downside. All right, Nicholas, let's take a look at your trade. Still in a galaxy far, far away. Nicolas Gomez, did you ever watch Star Wars? Ah, Vij, I'm sorry to hear that. And NQ also now coming back into the channel for the next leg to the downside. Borovsky, gold is criminal. Yeah, gold is addicting. You gotta be careful. The addiction is real now with gold. Morovsky is still in a long. What was your entry, Morovsky? That's Boogie Team been short on NQ since 350. Nice. All right, gold calming down a little bit. Let's take a look at NQ. NQ also slow. And the house account is a little far away from its entry. Apple ATM, got to be quick with gold. You don't want to get caught on the wrong side. Yeah, I agree. Gold is one of those that, especially what I've seen is it's pretty quick in direction. If you're not seeing it, get out. Get out. It's not going to come back anytime soon. All right, looks like everything's kind of slowing down again. NQ flushing. Yep, NQ flushing hard. Apple ATM wanted along that again. Let's see. Let's take a look at gold. Goldilocks. Ooh. The retest was a bounce of this area, huh? Zach feeling like a clown with his dump of NQ. Where's oof. Yeah, once it broke VWAP, it was downhill from there. VWAP was at what, 25, call it? Or 10 points? About 15 points below VWAP now. Had 15 contracts at 344. Wow. What did you end up closing it? Did you close at a win or you got stopped out? Jonas, you think NQ pushes back up to all-time highs or no? Oof. Well, let's take a look at the bigger time frames, right? Let's take a look at 15 and 30 for now. This is gold. Let's take a look at NQ. So we came down flush below the pivot point, came to the 200 SMA. 200 SMA provided the bounce. 400. It has not given a significant pullback all day except this one. How long will this pullback last? I look at this level right here. So this area has been support. That 308 bounced. 300 bounced. This 300 to 310 area has held, right? If they flush that, you got a weak structure below. But they attempted to flush 300, bounced. Attempted again, bounced. They flushed it down and went right back up. Four-hour is still bullish. And this move up, I think we're just taking a pullback. I mean, this is all day just pushing with no significant pullback. Literally, bulls were in control all day after the initial flush. So we'll see if this is going to turn into a stronger pullback, breaking 300. If they break 300, then you got a stronger pullback. I like Jesse's idea. If you're enjoying the content, do me a favor, smash that like, smash that subscribe. NQ bouncing finally. Or is it? John, the flush was to the 61 fib of the prior day move. Got it. Jonas, you're asking because you're in a long since 6 p.m. open and being a stubborn boy? Well, what was you're only down, what, 20 points from the top? 355? What's your target? I mean, you have some permabulls in the chat. I think, Jesse, are you still in a long? You guys are all targeting some big numbers, right? Carlos, I know, was targeting 400. I believe Jesse was targeting 390. Jesse's holding for 390. I don't know if Carlos has a target of 400. John Bergeron is telling us the flush was to the 61 fib and now holding at the 23.6 on a fib. Corey is targeting the 80s. I'm going to wait for see how far we go on this pullback, and I'll probably hop on some micros and leave it on. Quantower at least will respect my stop and TP. Jonas targeting the high 80s. I mean, bulls are bulls. They're pushing. I don't see, unless they break 300, and you probably have a stronger pullback on this, but higher time frames, it's bullish. No question about it. So let's take a look at this on the 1 hour. Yeah, I mean, they broke out of the channel, but I don't see this being a stronger pullback. All right, Goldilocks. What's Goldilocks doing now? Continuing on down. John Bergman telling us it's the flag being formed on the 1 hour. Jonas, on the live stream, I only trade prop firm accounts, either sim funded or evals. I do not trade my live account live, but I do have a live account. All right, Goldilocks wants further downside. And NQ. NQ deciding if it wants to flush 300 or hold 300. So who's bearish on NQ? NQ flushing below 300 tonight. Any bears on NQ right now? Lost in Space just caught the look above and fail for 950. Thanks for the JC for the up. All right, man, good stuff. Looks like you had a solid day between the morning and the night. So enjoy the weekend, my friend. Take care, Lost in Space. Appreciate you tuning in, man. Have a good one. Oh, Cooper, that's right. You're I saw your chart. You're in it for the long haul. Peter Chan, if it breaks 310, NQ is going down to 300. Yeah, if we look at that 30-minute, this is the 30-minute chart. Look at this area, 311, right? We bounced 300, we bounced, we flushed it. This area right here, if they push below that, they're flushing this back down. Pivot points at 248, which would be good for tomorrow if we're around the pivot point tomorrow for a nice little rally back up. We'll see. Corey, you only need 25 bucks more to pass this Apex account? Wow, nice, Matt. But I keep going down 50 and making it back. We've all been there. 75, 20 bucks from passing, and it's like you go down, you go back up. But you got this. Knox, gold going nuts. Oh no, what happened to gold now? Continuing to flush or what? Ooh. Goldilocks. Goldilocks. Gold hit 4,002, hit that pivot point and flushed all the way down. So listen, these pivot point touches Last night it was quicker. It didn't happen this delayed, but last night's pivot point rejection was also about 25, 30 points, but it was a lot quicker. It happened within like 10 minutes. This one is delayed, but the same reaction at a pivot point. Crazy. Again, I'm watching gold and price action because it seems to be respecting the same things I look for in general. John, no, I did not get that short. Are you talking about this short on gold now? Ooh, look at that. The one on NQ, yeah, I got that one. That one's closed already. The NQ short, yes, I got. Whew. Goldilocks, where are you? All right, so we know gold. Remember we talked about that pivot point at 60. That was the last bounce area. It was also the breakout area of this consolidation zone. So it's hunting the pivot point. Yesterday it did a pivot point to pivot point play in about 15 minutes. Today it's delayed, but we'll see. $39.60 is the pivot point. So I said that earlier. Longs are setting up here. As long as they don't flush that pivot point. This area held today earlier around 10 a.m. my time. So what, at 1 p.m.? That's actually the low of day, right? The low of the New York session. Yep. So Goldilocks coming for low of day, coming for that pivot point. 39.60. And back to NQ. I think I'm going to have NQ now split screen, NQ and GC. Since we're, gold is now a part of the Asia session for me. All right, another text from the daughter. What does my daughter want? Gold continuing down, huh? Ooh. So now let's fix this channel up a little bit. All right, gold coming for that pivot point at 39.60. Kabooshed. He hit 39.60. Here it comes hard. Whew. All right, there's the pivot point. I'm gonna hop on, take a reversal on that. Only up to the 9 EMA. And out. Quick little scalp there for 3 points. And we'll see if they flush that pivot point. So this was the support area. They bounced it quickly, but that's a quick in and out until you figure out if they're really going to bounce it or flush it. Let's see if they come back down and test this pivot point. So if they do something like this and come back down, we'll see the second test of that pivot point and see if they bounce it or flush. CB placed an order at 39.60. Nice. All right, I need to get my eyes off of gold. Gold is too freaking addicting. Easy scalps on that thing. All right. Peter Chan shorted GC with 3 cons and made 1,200. Yeah, man, it's. I'm telling you, gold is addicting, bro. That's why I can't look at it anymore. These little scalps are like. They're easy peasy until you get the wrong one and it flushes you in the wrong direction. But that pivot point bounce was a classic NQ play that I do. And whoops. NQ will give you your 20, 30 points. I didn't go hard on that one. I think I only did 5 micros, but I'm getting addicted to it. It's gonna be a point where I start doing 1s and 2s cons on that quick play. Again, until it catches me in the wrong direction. Oh boy, Goldilocks. Let's stick to NQ, man. I can't trade NQ anymore. I can't trade gold more. Enough for tonight. Hyatt, you got to be quick with gold. You got to do, like I said, if you're going to hold gold, probably micros for sure. If you're going to do minis, man, I did well with minis earlier on the, what's it called? The top. Where's gold minis? Here we go, gold minis. I played this top, shorting it a couple times, then got the flush covered here. Gold, man, it's fast. Love it. Love it. Love it until it burns me alive. Until then, let's enjoy it. Apple ATM out. Good. Nicely done. I took the same one at the pivot point for that one. What did I do? I took the flush right here. Boom. Out. Addicting. It's addicting. Let me take a look at NQ. Peter, you know what? I thought about that. I think I like gold, but I want to trade more minis on gold. So I think I'm going to grab a 300K specifically for gold trading. You gotta allow drawdown. I've watched the gold now for what, 2 weeks, thanks to Coop. Um, you gotta allow some drawdown for sure if you're gonna trade minis. I think the 300Ks give you that, where you can play some 10 to 20 point plays. You don't have to scalp it all the time, but you gotta allow yourself some drawdown for sure. Morningstar. So the pivot point that I use is standard on TradingView, right? And the reason I mentioned pivot points, we had this play yesterday. Yesterday it happened in about 15 minutes. Gold pushed up to a pivot point and it flushed down while I was streaming about a pivot point to pivot point play within 10, 15 minutes. Today it took an hour, whatever, or 2 hours, whatever it was. But notice how it respected that pivot point. That pivot point respected earlier today. It's the current New York session low, and it bounced there. So my style of trading is NQ pivot points, quick 20, 30 points on these bounces. And that's what I just did with gold. It wasn't that leveraged, but those areas are quick plays for a reversal. Played out yesterday, played out today. Same thing with the upside. Once we touched that pivot point, we flushed. Morningstar, so it's only on hourly chart? No, so my charts are, what you were looking at is 5, 15, and 30 minute, right? But it is, pivot point standard is a free indicator on TradingView. Welcome to the stream, Morningstar. Peter Chan, really? How much is that 500K account? That's perfect for gold. How much is the prop shop 500K? Anytime, Morningstar. Gold, it looks like it's taking a bigger bounce there. See if I can start a position with gold on these pivot points on micros. Yeah, look at that. That 60 area where the pivot point was the entry there. All right, it's good to know. Like I said, I'm watching gold and seeing how it plays levels and pivot points and all that good stuff. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. I'm liking it until it burns me alive. Peter Chan, how much is that prop shop 500K account? 4.7. Ooh, and it's a straight to funded? Straight to funded or an eval? I guess it's an eval. I don't think they'd give us a 500K for 470. That's cheap. Straight to funded for 470? And what's the profit goal? What's the profit goal for your first payout? That's better than Tradeify. Oh, you're talking about no. How much does it cost? Oh, wait a minute. 24. Oh, so 24,000 drawdown, 24,000 profit goal. Got it. So you got to play it aggressively. That's a fun one. It's better than Tradeify's version. You got to play 5 contracts minimum on that thing. 24,100 is your profit goal. All right. All right, let's go back to Goldilocks and the bounce at that pivot point. Still playing the channel, huh? Gold still playing that channel. So that's good to know. Pivot point bounce, target the top of that channel. All right, Goldilocks. I'm watching you. I'm watching you. All right, guys, do me a favor if you're enjoying the content, if you're new to the stream and enjoying the content, do me a favor, smash that like, smash that subscribe, hit that notification bell so you guys get annoyed every time I post content. We do this every night, Monday through Thursday, 9:30 p.m. Eastern. And for those of you that trade the New York session, Monday through Friday, 9:15 a.m. Eastern. John Zandella got a cheeky little 30 ticker on NQ. All right, brother. Congrats, man. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go. Peter Chan, 5 to 10. Yeah. I have to take a look at it over the weekend. That's better than Tradeify's 150K for the same price. But you got to trade big. You got to trade big lot size on that one. That would be a fun one to trade on stream. John, what's the biggest amount of contracts you feel comfortable with? Honestly, I'm still a chicken when it comes to lot size. I think the max I put on is 3 to 4 minis. I'm not a big lot size player yet. Majority of the time, 1 to 2 minis. Actually, 90% of my trades, especially on stream, are 1 to 2 minis. 3 or 4 big move, rapid, and I'm just adding to a winner or something for a quicker scalp or something. But majority 1 to 2 minis. I am looking at switching to micros for the scaling in, scaling out, or TP1, TP2 for Asia. We'll see. We'll see. John probably has the best answer. It depends on my level of tilt in the moment. Probably the best answer. If I say I usually trade 1 to 2, that is true. But if I said 3 to 4, 3 to 4 is usually tilt and trying to get out of a bad position. So let's keeping it real. 3 or 4 minis for me is battling a losing trade. John Zandella, do you have a pre-trading routine? Yes, I do. I take a look at higher time frames. I do all my levels based on 1 hour and 4 hour levels. And then I just 4 hour, 1 hour, 15, and then try to map it out for the 1 minute. Then when the market opens, I forget about the entire plan and I just trade breaking all the rules. Then at the end of the day, I watch the video and I'm like, wait a minute, you said you were going to enter here. You didn't. And you said that if it got to this point, you were going to short there and you didn't. So there you go. That's my pregame plan. That's how the pregame plan goes, right to the garbage. Today was a good example. 250, man. I'm going to have nightmares today about 250 on NQ. I talked about the pullback to 250 before the market opened. That's the long area. That's the long area. Market comes to 250. I take a long and I close for like 10 or 15 points. That thing was a 50 or 60 points. I was like, what did you just do? What did you just do? What did you just do? That was the bounce area. It's like, you weren't even negative. Like, you didn't even take drawdown. Why'd you close it? So, there you go. It happens. Kind of like right now on that 960 pivot point bounce. It's the Mike Tyson theory. Everyone has a plan until they get punched in the mouth. Yep. Peter Chan, but that was the safe play. You know they have been flushing the 15-minute break. Yeah, no, I know. But I don't know. I've also held a trade and ended up being losing trade. But yeah, I closed a nice bounce area today, 250. I'm gonna have a nightmare. I'm gonna think about 250 probably tomorrow. 250 today was. Gotta let it go. Jonas, this is where we push back to all-time highs on NQ. Let's take a look at NQ. All right, looks like NQ found. Remember, we talked about that 300 area, right? If they 300 held, let's take a look at NQ here. So support, strong support area, and it's holding for now. Cooper, all right, brother, have a great night. I'll see you tomorrow. Peter, I agree. That's why I walked out. I walked out with the green, so can't complain. Just, you got to fine tune it little by little. Jonas, what are your thoughts on ICT concepts? I haven't learned ICT. I haven't taken the time. Let's be frank, I'm not the brightest guy. I think ICT is a very technical trading style. I do someday want to take the time to learn it. I have nothing against ICT traders. I know personal friends that are ICT traders and do well. But I haven't taken the time to learn ICT. Stoppy Tank, there's volume this time? Oh, yeah. Not New York session volume, but it's been moving. Cooper, all right, you telling us that this is a reversal area. Okay, man. That is good to know. It looks like 300, that 300 area held. 300, 310 is holding. Peter Chan, what is ICT? Just hit buy and sell? Yeah, I haven't taken the time to learn ICT, to be honest with you. Maybe some ICT traders that are listening or tuned in can tell us about ICT. Jonas, you trade ICT? Good. Feel free to share your moves, your strategy while I'm streaming. I got nothing against ICT. I want to learn. Right? I'm always about. I think with trading, you got to be a sponge, right? Grab little concepts or little strategies here and there and fine tune yours. I'd love to learn more about ICT, so feel free to share what you're thinking, longing, shorting, whatever. This is a multi-strategy trading community. There's a lot of strategies here. Everybody has their own style. So you trade ICT too? Good. Stop dang, it's easy, all about FVGs and MSS. Zach, same man. I took that long at the pivot point bounce and got some green, but also leaving most of it on the table, brother. So don't feel bad. I'm on the same boat. Jonas, you trade continuation focusing on volume. Honestly, I don't really trade ICT in the typical way. Got it. So you've adjusted it. Knox, it's hard. A lot of dynamics. Yeah, one thing I've learned or seen, because I do watch some ICT guys, and I've noticed it's a very technical style of trading. I'm not the brightest guy. I try to keep it simple. It works for me, but I wouldn't mind learning ICT. Peter Chan, all kidding aside, I like EMA, Cross, HA, and MACD. Yeah, you do well with your strategy. John, will do. I only use FEG, BOS, break of structure, CISD. Cool. Feel free to, chat a little more, or as you get more comfortable with the community, even hopping on and guesting on audio and telling us about ICT, man. I'm all about open trading community here. So welcome to the stream. Good to see that you're tuned in. JC, have you messed around with Lorentzian classification? Oh man, now you're pushing buttons, brother. do what now? do what now? Lorentzian classification. Now, pardon the ignorance, brother. It's an indicator. Got it. Well, listen, sounds like you got ICT and some different strategies. So feel free to comment and share. And I'm sure I sure will. And I'm sure the community will appreciate different style of trading and different ideas, right? So welcome to the stream, man. John Zandella, my mentor, uses it. I train out of Lepus Prop in Melbourne. Oh, nice. How many years have you been trading with, is it Lepus Prop or Lepus Prop? Knox, I have an intuition indicator. Sometimes that intuition indicator, if you fine tune it, could be very profitable. Peter Chan, I also like parabolic SAR. That one I've never heard of. I like Jesse's idea. If you're if you're new to the stream or just enjoying the content, do me a favor, help me out with the YouTube algo. Smash that like, smash that subscribe. Knox, just get the Thinkorswim platform. Thinkorswim is Charles Schwab. Charles Schwab. My first live account was with Charles Schwab. I don't know what happened. Not Charles Schwab, before it got bought out by Charles Schwab. It was Ameritrade, right? Was it Ameritrade? Anyways, I opened an account. I was trading. I took a payout or some profit out. Then I put in some more money. I wanted to increase my account size. And then I start getting letters that your account has been closed for fraud. I emailed, I tried calling. I even went to the Ameritrade branch here in Arizona. I brought all my documents, my U.S. passport, social security card, everything. I'm like, guys, what are you guys doing? Nope. They refunded me. In other words, they returned my money that was in there, and I can't have a Charles Schwab account. I haven't tried again. This is like 4 years ago. So my live account is with Interactive Brokers, but I do remember I liked Thinkorswim while I had it. while I had it. That was short-lived. I think it was because my wife opened one as well. This is when we started getting into trading, right? Everybody's like, ooh, trading. And I'm like, hey, you want to try this out? This thing called day trading. You get your like count, you hit buy, you hit sell, and you make money. She's like, really? All right. So we both ended up, I think it was because of that, the same household. I got banned though. Crazy. Oh, if you get two accounts with same address, I didn't know that. But like I said, I went to the damn branch here in Arizona. They tried, said, no, we can't do anything about it. You're blocked. I'm like, why? Fraud. I'm like, well, this is my ID, everything, nothing. So that's my story with Ameritrade. All right, guys, what time is it? 9:40. It is time to 9:40 here in Arizona. It's time for you guys to smash that like, smash that subscribe if you've been enjoying the content. We do this every night, Monday through Thursday, 9:30 p.m. Eastern, and Monday through Friday for all the Nasdaq degens during the morning session, 9:15 a.m. Eastern. So I'm going to call it for the night. I do appreciate everybody tuning in. The house account or the chat community account took some nasty red, but still up 5K. And I'll be on tomorrow in the morning. And other than that, have a great weekend, everybody. For all of you that don't trade New York and won't see you tomorrow, have a great weekend. Touch some grass. Appreciate you all tuning in. Have a great night. Peter Chan, Knox, John Sandala, Peter Chan, Nima, TD Ameritrade, right? Zach. Who else? Jesse James, of course. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for all the support, brother. Jonas. John Bergeron, if you're still around. Who else is here? I think I got everybody. So, Stoppy Dink. I think I got everybody that's chatted for the last hour or so. CB, Vish 2007, Jossie, Nima. All right, guys. I appreciate you all. Thanks for tuning in, Jeff Koski. And have a great weekend. If I don't see you in the morning, enjoy your families, the weekend. It's a long one. And I'll see you guys next week or in the morning. So, adios.